talking till the first light of dawn. Just like fate without no warning. It hit me so hard. Oh, I'm so sorry, girl, I didn't mean to. I done messed it up again. Yeah, I'm sorry if I crossed the line. What am I supposed to do right now? Baby, I'm falling for you. What I would do for you to love me too. No, I can't hide it no more. What I would do for you to love me too. I try to tell what you were thinking, what you might feel for me. And I know that we've been out drinking.
Okay, so today we're gonna attempt to make some dinner for me and my husband. I'm really bad at cooking. He usually is the cook and does everything cooking wise for us, and the only things I know how to make are breakfast and pasta. So we'll see how it goes. Got some prosciutto. I'm gonna try to add this in, and spinach tortellini. I'm gonna try to make a cacio e pepe kind of version. I looked at a recipe. There's really not a recipe with tortellini, so usually we buy our pecorino from like Whole Foods, but surprisingly we found out Trader Joe's. And then I'm also going to be using Parmesan, black pepper. With pecorino, I never know how much to grate because I feel like you can't go wrong with too much cheese. You can always add it later in. Okay, so I got done grating the pecorino, so now I'm gonna just do a little bit of the Parmesan. This is not a cooking vlog whatsoever. This is just me trying something new with what we have. So the reason why I wanted to start vlogging was I kind of just felt stuck. Like for 2 months, I just kind of wasn't happy with where I was in my career. If you guys don't know me or if you've been following along, I'm a photographer for influencers and for brands, and I've been doing that for almost, I think, 6 or 7 years now. It's the longest job I've ever had, and went on some really cool experiences. I met some people from all over, so that was a pretty cool thing about the job. But I kind of felt stuck with what to post on Instagram because sometimes I want to be personal and less about, you know, my work, because I feel like the people that have been following me forever kind of followed me more as an individual too. And so I was struggling with what to post, and it just kind of made me not even want to post on Instagram, honestly. And then I kind of like was second guessing my career, and I kind of fell out of love with photography, at least when it came to photographing influencers, because it felt like it's something that I've done already, like for a long time. Like I was ready for something new. So although I loved it, I wanted to try something new, and I also needed to figure out where I was going at with things. I decided to separate my Instagram and have one page for my like work and then one page that was more individual, because I feel like that's where I was growing as a person and as a creative, and that's something that I wanted to do as well whenever I was starting my YouTube channel. And that way I was able to be more myself and have the photography thing more as a side thing. So it's the first time we ever bought cheese from Trader Joe's, and first impressions, I think they're really good quality for what they are. Like, this was only $5. Like, you can't go wrong with that. And I think the pecorino was like $8 or $7, and usually they're like $11. So while I wait for it to boil, I want to tell you guys that, you know, if you've been following along with my last few vlogs, you've noticed I haven't been speaking in them or showing my face. I really wanted to try silent vlogging first, because I follow a lot of YouTubers that do silent vlogging. Basically what that means is you'll see a bunch of scenes from their life, and then they'll just add a caption underneath it. Sometimes they don't even show their face. Usually it's like this, like, and they're doing stuff. So the first time I wanted you guys to see my face, and you know, me talking to the camera, was my bare face. Like, this is me. I'm someone who does suffer from PCOS and PMDD, so very hormonal acne, very hormonal problems, and that's something I'll probably talk about and touch on in later vlogs. But it's pretty much like PMS, like times 10. It's the worst. You only feel like yourself for a week, and you really have to work on your mental health, or it can, you know, really bleed into your life. And for the past couple of years, like, there was at a point, I think in 2019 or 2020, where it got really bad. And I think because of the pandemic starting and everything, I think it caused me to have really bad anxiety, to the point where, you know, I was diagnosed with an anxiety disorder. And so I do take pills for that, but I also learned a lot from therapy, and I learned a lot from meditating. My sister recommended the app Calm app, and that has a ton of meditations from different people. My favorite one is by a lady called Tamara Levitt, and she kind of just has a bunch of different ones daily, and sometimes she touches on depression, sometimes she touches on anxiety, or just like, you know, being nice and kind in general. And I feel like those have helped me a lot and have stayed with me. And so I've learned so many tools to help manage it, and I feel like that's when I noticed my acne getting better as well. Okay, I have the olive oil going on, and if you guys don't have one of these, I recommend getting one. Luckily, I married someone who can cook, so he has all the coolest gadgets and tools to use. Big spatula. It is what it is. I really should have done the dishes before I filmed this video. I love that part.
걸으면서 들어가야 할 때 찾아 나머진 바빠 개설레임 바꾸는 사람들.
So now I'm in Highland Park Village doing a shoot with Nita.
그냥 천천히 들어가야 해 어쩔 때는 무작정.
Here's my choice for lunch. So while my food is cooking, I'll let you guys know why I don't shoot in Fort Worth anymore. Basically, it's too far. It's like an hour away. And the reason why we moved to Dallas in the first place was because I have way more clients here in Dallas than I did in Fort Worth. Like, I remember being in the car that last year that we were there and just looking around on Camp Bowie, and I was like, you know, I feel like we've done it all here. Like, I feel like I did it all. I did all I could do. There's only so many locations here. There's only so many people you can meet here. And so me being someone who just loves growth, I love change, I love learning, and I love just being close to more diversity in general. And so moving to Dallas has been so amazing because it's a completely different vibe here than Fort Worth had. Like, there's way more influencers here and more brands out here than there was in Fort Worth. So just ended up working out.
Filled up my lungs with ecstasy. I can't believe we were so young, maybe 20-something. We were living in a fantasy. I knew right from the start you were the other half of my heart. Ooh, half of my heart. Spend every single day staring into your beautiful blues. We're growing older together now, but I still feel young when I'm with you. We are so young, maybe 20-something.
It is the hottest day. We are dying.
Warm. We got the scrunchies between outfits.
Yeah, this is the fastest shoot we've ever done because we just want to get it over with.
Good old Texas.
The other half of my heart wanna be someone. Yeah, yeah. Wanna be someone. You make me wanna be something more.
Literally the hottest day. Look at my face. Oh my gosh. It's only 86, and in Texas it's not, like, it gets up to 112 at least. And so this is nothing, and so I think it's just because we're not used to it, so it feels like it's 100 degrees. So that's what we're working with.
We were so young, maybe 20-something. You are the other half of my heart. 쏠쏠한 바람에